Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. This is Nina and this is going to be a pick a card to see the impact of these eclipses that we are in the midst of. On the 15th of this month, that is May, we have this total lunar eclipse happening in the sign of Scorpio. And as you may be aware, we also have had a partial solar eclipse last month. And the impact of these eclipses can be felt for the next 6 months or so. So that's why I decided to do this reading, and we'll see how this is affecting you, what kind of changes you can expect, anything that wants to come through in terms of important developments happening as a result of these eclipses. Okay, so we have 3 groups as usual. We have Tiger's Eye as the first group. We have Carnelian as the second group. And lastly, we have Labradorite as well as Clear Quartz. Okay, so see which pile is calling out to you, which one you're most drawn to. If you need more time, take a deep breath, pause the video here and see which pile you're drawn to. I'll see you in your timestamps. Hi group 1, for those of you who were drawn to this Tiger's Eye, let's take a look at your reading. I will be starting with the tarot and Lenormand cards. Okay, so I want to see what the central focus for you is, okay, in terms of this reading and the changes that are taking place. We have the fish. Okay, so these eclipses have a direct impact on your finances, on the way you earn money is what I'm hearing, on your business if you have a business, on your services, and in general it has an impact on your abundance and feeling abundant also. I also get a feeling of freedom from this card. Okay, so however you define freedom, that is what's coming to focus here. And I feel like this eclipse has a big impact on financial freedom for you. Okay, so let's put this there and let's see your tarot cards. 2 of Swords, 3 of Swords, okay, 4 of Wands, 9 of Wands, 8 of Wands, and the Moon. Okay, these are some pretty big cards, and we have a lot of focus here on the Wands energy, which has to do with fire, with action, with motivation, with your drive. Okay, let's see. For some of you, I feel like there is a sense of movement here. Okay, there is movement forward, and it's coming after a period of a lot of disappointments, a lot of heartbreak. Okay, feeling tired, exhausted, feeling indecisive about the path forward as well. Because the way this is going, this trajectory, I feel like you're heading towards something really good, but at the moment there is some mystery surrounding it. You're not too sure about how it's going to unfold. Okay, and it feels like there are 2 sides to this. Okay, one is a very psychological side to these cards, and the other is a very tangible physical side. Okay, I will tell you the story in both contexts. So firstly, I feel like in terms of a physical aspect, I feel like this has a lot to do with something that you put effort into day in and day out, okay? It is connected perhaps to your career, to your drive, to your motivation, to your life path, okay? And you may have been quite indecisive in the sense that you weren't really sure about how to improve the situation or which path to take if you had the option of taking two paths, okay? And one of them has definitely worn you out. It has, I feel like what you may have been doing, okay, it's it's taken its toll on you, okay? The Nine of Wands is this wounded warrior card. It is the card of being at the last lap, almost the last lap of the race, okay, and not giving up, defending what you have put your energy and effort into. But at the same time, the Two of Swords is telling me that there was something that was pulling you in a different direction, or you felt like, I don't have a choice maybe, and so let me just continue to do this, okay? And with the Three of Swords there, this is a difficult lesson, a difficult chapter in your life that is coming to an end. With the Eight of Wands there, I feel like you're finally moving on from that. Things are going to pick up pace. There's a sense of release that is coming through with these cards, okay? And the Three of Wands is also like wounds that take us back to some previous experience that has been really disappointing. It's been painful. It could even go back, way back to like 10 years or 10, 20 years, or even your childhood for that matter. Because these are the wounds that we carry in our heart, and they affect the way we feel in general about relationships, about ourselves. And the 3 is a number of growth, of expansion. And what I'm getting here is that you're finally able to close that chapter and expand in terms of your soul growth, okay, and move to a place in which this could be a physical place for some of you, but for many of you it's a psychological place where you can feel at home, okay? The moon is connected again to emotions, to reflection, to our subconscious. And so I feel like there's a lot of that subconscious healing taking place, and you finally feeling comfortable in your own skin. You finally feeling at home, whether that is physically or in terms of, you know, where you are in terms of your mindset and psychology and how you feel about yourself, okay? So this is a big leap forward in that sense, and there is a cause for celebration here for reaching this milestone, whether this is in terms of soul growth or in terms of you maybe relocating, moving to a new home, or, you know, some kind of development taking place in terms of your career, which allows you to finally taste success, and, you know, which allows you to also feel stable, okay? Coming back to that idea of financial stability. Now let's take a look at your oracle cards and we'll get some more messages for you. We have Mikulamakku, number 49. We have 4 and 9 here as well. 4 is the number of foundations and 9 is the completion of a chapter, of a cycle. We have a time for healing, balsamic moon. Walking away, number 27. Again, that's a 9. So 9 may be really significant for you. We have tree, grounding. And lastly, we have round and round. Yes, Number 25. Okay. Now you can see in this card that there's a spiral, right? And spirals to me are a significant symbol for soul growth, for soul evolution. And it feels like you have been kind of going round and round with the same lesson, seeing repeated patterns of the same lesson manifest in your life, okay? And it is a tough thing to deal with, but we are stubborn creatures, okay? So sometimes it takes a number of iterations of the same lesson for us to really see it very clearly and finally release it and break free from and walk away from that lesson, okay? It feels like for many of you, this has a direct impact also on your self-esteem, on the way you feel about yourself. I strongly feel like you're moving to a space where things are grounded, they're a lot more comfortable, and this may be happening because you're shifting your mindset when it comes to abundance, when it comes to financial security and stability. And because you've healed from perhaps a very personal lesson, an emotional issue, it is impacting the way you see yourself and your capabilities, your ability to generate wealth and stability and comfort for yourself. I feel like that has been one of the biggest lessons for you. What this eclipse season is bringing about for you is a sense of harmony, a sense of balance, a sense of comfort, and feeling like this Mickle okay, who really knows how to enjoy life, who is light on the feet, who asks you to be playful and to see things from a fresh and childlike perspective. So this is a new beginning taking place in your life after a period of healing. And a lot of this shadow work that you've been doing is really going to pay off for you, okay? For some of you, I am seeing movement in the sense that you may be either physically moving into a new home, or it could be a psychological home, okay? The home that we dwell in terms of our default state of consciousness. So if you have had a state of consciousness which revolved around this particular lesson of pain, of hurt, of feeling betrayed, of feeling, let down in some way, that is what you're finally breaking free from. You're healing from that, and you're stepping out of that spiral into a new way of being, okay? I want to pull some cards for relationships, because I feel like this does revolve a lot around relationships. For some of you, I feel like you have had to go through a lot of challenges when it came to your home life, your family life, okay? And those disputes or those disagreements may have happened as a result of maybe some differences of opinion with regards to money, to finances. Money is in fact the number one reason, I would say, for disputes happening in relationships. So I feel like that's what's happening here. You're able to resolve that conflict. You're also able to heal a lot from certain past issues, certain wounds, okay, that have until now perhaps kept you from really taking off, okay, setting off in a new direction. And these eclipses are helping you also reach some kind of a milestone. A personal milestone is what I feel, one which you're really going to enjoy, and it's going to bring you a lot of stability and growth is what I'm getting, okay? So in terms of relationships, what are the messages for group number 1? Okay. Have patience. Love is patient and kind always. We have focus on love. Look for the good in everyone. Let's get one more. Receive with love and appreciation. Gracious acceptance is a way to show love. And at the bottom of the deck we have consider your foundation. Look at how committed you are to love. Some of you could actually be entering a phase in which you could meet somebody with whom you can build this strong foundation, okay? But for most of you, this is a personal kind of foundation. You feeling like I'm finally, I have arrived in some way, or I finally feel comfortable with my surroundings, with my environment, and also in terms of your career progression. I feel like you're going to feel more at home and more settled and more grounded, okay? So be prepared for that milestone that you're going to reach, and give yourself a pat on the back for all the shadow work that you've been doing, because it's really paying off, okay? Be receptive and be open to love and appreciation. Yes, I'm wishing you all the best, group number 1. I hope this helps, and I'll see you again later. Have a lovely eclipse season, and God bless. Bye-bye. Hi group 2, let's take a look at how this eclipse season is impacting you. So firstly, I want to check the main focus for you. We have the Stork. Nice. So this is things really speeding up, okay? The Stork is directly connected to movement. This could be a physical movement as well, because this involves relocation, immigration, things like that. But in general, when I see this card, it talks to me about upward or forward movement, okay? And the Stork usually carries something with it. It can be a sign for pregnancy as well, if you're someone who is looking to conceive. But it's a very positive omen for things speeding up and things picking up in pace, moving away from stagnancy, moving away from from boredom. It involves action and motivation as well. So this the impact of these eclipses is going to be really positive for you, is what I'm feeling. Let's see in terms of your tarot cards. We have Justice, the 5 of Pentacles, the 5 of Cups, 7 of Wands, the Fool, and the 7 of Swords. Okay. There is a sense of separation here, okay? I'll be honest, it feels like there's a sense of separation from something that has felt very comfortable. It could be a place, it could be a group of people, it could be a job situation. Because the 5 of Pentacles is to me like that long walk in the snow, feeling like you need to go through this because you're not accepting convention, you're not accepting something that has all the comforts, and yet it doesn't sit well with you because it's not a vibrational match, or it's not something that fulfills you spiritually or emotionally. There's a disconnect here, okay? It feels very karmic to me. It feels like there's a karmic cycle or chapter coming to an end. Justice and the Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands can sometimes mean to me like a dispute or an argument that keeps repeating. It's like a cyclical sort of argument, or needing to constantly defend yourself over the same thing, the same issue, the same problem, okay? And justice is also connected to your truth, okay? I feel like you're doing the right thing, and in that effort, you're turning your back on certain situations or people which you have outgrown, firstly, and which have not been good to you. They have either brought about this sense of betrayal, hurt, pain. They've sabotaged you, okay? And an overall sense of disappointment is what they have brought to you. So it feels like there is a sense of separation here from a situation or people. It could also be for some of you, for instance, you legally separating from a partner, and this eclipse is helping you realize that this is something that is not fitting with you anymore, and it's time for you to take that leap of faith and go your own way, okay? Tread your own path. Because even though that situation or that place or that relationship feels quite comfortable in a general sense, on an emotional level or a spiritual level, there's a huge disconnect. It does not vibe with you anymore, like I said, okay? Because the church in the background is convention, tradition, and also the previous card is the Four of Pentacles, which is foundational in nature, structural, but it's very, let's keep it this way kind of energy. It feels stuck, it feels like there's no growth there, and what you're seeking is growth, I feel. And yes, you might need to pay a small price for this growth, because for the moment or temporarily you might feel like you're on your own, and that these changes are uncomfortable. Change is usually uncomfortable, even if it's something that we desire deeply. It can be uncomfortable. It can be it can be challenging. You've got 2 5s here, which do talk about changes, disruption, okay? But the Fool is telling me that you're ready for this. You're ready for this change. You're ready to take that leap of faith. And you're doing this to defend your beliefs, to defend yourself, to stand up for what you believe is right, okay? Justice, again, ethics, morality, what's right, what's wrong, weighing the pros and cons of a situation, seeing a situation also from a balanced perspective without getting emotionally distraught or carried away. It's a very, straightforward, factual kind of outlook, a Libran card, okay? That's how you're seeing this situation. And I know these cards do seem a bit challenging, but we'll see what the rest of your cards suggest here. Yeah, we have the Lady of the Harvest. Now, I was sensing with this, like I said, that there is a small price that you need to kind of pay to leave this situation behind. It's a bittersweet sort of ending, okay? The Harvest here indicates that you've reached that point where I'm hearing, there's no looking back. Even if I need to take that long walk in the snow, I'd rather do that because this is done. Either this karmic lesson, this chapter is done, or my work here is done, or this relationship has served its purpose, or this contract, this commitment has served its purpose, and it's time for me to move on. Okay, moving on is typically the stock as well. So with this harvest comes like a bittersweet feeling of something coming to an end, and yet there's something new that you are looking forward to. Okay, 6th chakra, Archangel Metatron. Your dreams need a practical plan. Full moon in Taurus. Okay, we have a Taurus card as well here with the 5 of Pentacles, and we had the new moon in Taurus recently. Higher power, number 4, and rainbow blessings. Okay, so this is a situation which is kind of like a blessing in disguise. Okay, and after this whole storm is over, you will see the rainbow. Okay, as tea-towelly as that sounds, what I'm getting here is, it's taking you a lot of faith, a lot of trust to take this bold step forward, to leave the situation behind, or to recognize that it's not serving you anymore. Okay, because both of these cards here suggest that you are now developing a lot more trust, a lot more faith in the divine, in yourself, and in your connection to the divine, so that it helps you, it guides you on the way forward. And B, you're able to have a much bigger, much better vision for yourself in life. Both of these cards here, if you can see, this one, 6th chakra, has everything to do with your third eye, which has everything to do with your vision in life, in the way you see your life, the way you see everything. Okay, your whole perspective, and also being able to see in your mind's eye the future that you want to manifest. Okay, so this card here, higher power, also emphasizes the third eye chakra, if you can see that. So there's a key there on her forehead, right, which is suggesting to me that you're developing a different kind of mindset, and you're developing a whole lot of trust and faith in the universe, the divine, your God power, whatever you want to call it, in consciousness, to be able to guide you on the steps forward, and to also co-create your future. Okay, and this here, full moon in Taurus, full moon again has to do with completions, with endings, with releasing, with letting go. And Taurus is a very tangible, practical sign. It has everything to do with your sense of comfort, with assets, property, material, stuff, with value, with money, okay, with finances, and everything that helps you feel stable in life. Okay, so this, I feel, is a closing of a chapter in which there is movement forward, there is growth, but you're going to feel the growing pains. Okay, I'm not going to sugarcoat this, and it is a bittersweet ending, in the sense that you are parting your ways with either a person or a situation, or a business or a commitment or a contract which has served its purpose, and you're now ready to move on and put in the work, make plans for something new. Okay, for instance, if this is a job that you're leaving, you've perhaps already started looking on the side for other opportunities. Okay, and the rainbow blessings card there is suggesting to me that you will be able to get both clarity as well as new opportunities very soon, so watch out for that. In the moment it might feel, like these temporary changes are a bit uncomfortable. Okay, but you'll get through it. Okay, let's see what is happening in terms of relationships and your love life. Any messages for group number 2 in terms of their relationships and love life? What do they need to know? Okay. Act as if your partner is here. This is all about manifestation, the law of attraction, holding that vision for yourself. Okay. Slow down, pause, and allow things to unfold. And we have be willing to express love to receive love. And bottom of the deck we have relationship patterns. So this is a Scorpio full moon, lunar eclipse happening in the sign of Scorpio. Nevertheless, so it is going to definitely show us patterns. It's going to help us purge certain toxic patterns, and in your case it might even have a bigger impact in your relationships, in the sense that you may undergo big changes when it comes to your commitments, relationships, and commitments and relationships in life. Also, I want to say, that this whole situation has had a big impact on your sense of self-worth, the way you see yourself, also your perspective on life. That is something also that is undergoing a big change. Okay, in the sense that you're able to now see that if I want to attract abundance, for instance, or if I want to attract a partner, if I want to attract love, I need to love myself first, as cliche as that sounds, and I need to give myself whatever it is that I totally deserve. Okay, whatever it is that I desire, give it to yourself in your imagination, in your mind's eye, and that's how you will attract it to yourself. Okay, it's actually coming from you. The way you feel about yourself, your self-concept, has a direct impact on what you attract in life. And this whole eclipse season is bringing about changes also in your mindset, in the way you see yourself, in the way you see what you deserve in life. Okay, so don't settle and don't give up on your desires. Okay, because blessings are coming your way. Hold your vision and stay focused on the good things, on what's to come, what you stand to gain. Okay, so that's what I have for you, group 2. I hope this helps, and I hope it brought you some clarity. I'm wishing you all the best. Do take care of yourself. I'll see you again later. Hi, group 3. For those of you who have chosen this labradorite and clear quartz, let's take a look at your reading. I'm going to start with the main focus for you and then see the tarot cards. Okay. So the main focus for you is the whip. And what I'm getting here is some kind of habit or pattern, okay. Also perhaps some cycle, okay, that you have been stuck in, which is quite painful in the sense that you keep seeing the same kind of manifestation over and over again, and or you keep seeing the same lesson repeating itself. The whip or the broom has a repetitive action to it, okay. But the good thing about it is that it is being swept away, it's being cleaned away. So whether this has something to do with your beliefs or certain toxic habits that may be holding you back from moving into your best version or achieving what you want to achieve in life, either way, this is a cleanup that is taking place in your life, okay. Let's see your tarot cards. Nine of Swords, the Magician, Two of Pentacles, okay. Yeah, see, here we have the Nine of Swords and the Two of Pentacles. And if you take these two cards together, before we put the clarifiers down, the Nine of Swords is basically stress, it's anxiety, it's all the fears, the anxious thoughts that we have, the beliefs that we have that are negative, looming over our head, almost constantly, you could say, okay. This can bring about insomnia, it can bring about like sleepless nights, it can bring about a cyclical way of thinking that continuously keeps us in survival mode or in a stressful mode. And that's the loop here, okay. Maybe you're worried about finances, or you have been worried about finances, or the stress of trying to balance your work life and your personal life has taken a toll on you, on your mental health. And there are two areas of your life that you have been constantly juggling. But I love seeing the Magician here in the middle, because this tells me that you're starting over in a big way. And I did mention beliefs, okay. The Magician has a strong belief system because he believes that he can create anything and everything that he wants by co-creating with spirit, by working with the divine energy, with source energy. That's what he's bringing down from the ethers, okay. And he's utilizing everything that he's got in terms of his talents, gifts, abilities, resources. There's the cup, the pentacle, the sword, and the wand, okay. So all the four elements available to him. And also the most important element, which is that divine or source energy. That's what he is creating with the help of. This is all about you being confident of what you can create in your life, and finally breaking free from that cyclical, anxious, stressful energy of maybe not feeling good enough, not knowing enough, not feeling like you've got things in control, or just fearing your future, fearing if something goes wrong, perhaps having a belief that goes back to your childhood, about when is the other shoe going to drop, fearing perhaps your own power, okay. It can be a lot of different things. Let's see what this is. Eight of Pentacles, yeah. So this has a lot to do with, wow, look at that, the Emperor in the middle of your reading. And Jupiter is moving into Aries this month. I feel like it's going to have a big impact on you. Group number 3. It's going to have a huge impact also on your ability to generate wealth, to create what it is you want to create. The Magician is a highly creative energy. It's a Gemini card, so it also has to do a lot with communication, collaboration, creativity, and I feel like you'll be able to really feel confident and in your power as a result of these eclipses. And what is being swept away there, interestingly, is the doubts, okay, the indecisions, the not knowing is what I keep hearing for some reason. Not knowing what to do if you felt indecisive, and not having clarity about the path forward, and also just a general sense of, negative beliefs about yourself, about what you're capable of. Okay, all of that is being swept away. It's being released from your life, and as a result of that, you're going to feel a lot more empowered. You're going to feel a lot more confident of what you have to offer. Okay, the Eight of Pentacles is a card of craftsmanship, of mastery, and this is what you're reaching. Okay, and you're going to feel a lot more confident of what you put out there, whether it is a service or a product, or if you're looking for a job, for instance. You will be able to manifest the right opportunities for growth, for also for advice, for mentorship if you're looking for that. Okay, and I do feel like you will have a lot of choices as a result of that, but you will be able to finally make that decision, that call, based on what you want to do day in and day out. Okay, that's the Eight of Pentacles. Let's see in terms of your oracle cards. We have got number 64, which boils down to 10, which is an ending and a new beginning. Wow, speaking of new beginnings, we have spring equinox, rebirth, beautiful. And this lunar eclipse is happening in the sign of Scorpio, so I'm not surprised to see this card at all. Also, Gotcha is someone who comes in to aid us with breaking down old structures, old patterns, old habits which are toxic or which are keeping us stuck. And there's a shake-up that happens as a result of that. We see very clearly what needs to go down, what needs to be flushed away, what needs to be broken, so that we can rebuild something that is stronger, something that is more creative, something that is more in tune with what we want ultimately. Okay, and with this new version of yourself. Broken heart, number 9. Conclusions are within reach. So this card has shown up. Full moon eclipse. That's what we have now. And lastly, we get go the distance, number 47. Really nice. So two things with that card. This eclipse does have a long-term impact on your life, and perhaps there's something quite creative that you have been doing on the side as a hobby. Maybe you want to put more effort into it now and do it full time. Okay, that could be one of the impacts here. Maybe you've just lacked confidence to put yourself out there, to maybe start your own business or market your services or network or whatever. And now you're breaking free from those limitations. Okay, so this is really impactful for you in a very tangible sense as well, because I feel like this has a direct impact on the abundance that you generate, on feeling wealthy, on feeling creative, and feeling like, feeling satisfied, feeling fulfilled. I feel like this, we've got 2 9s here. Okay, I feel like this uh, pattern that you're breaking free from, this cycle, it has a very emotional charge to it. Okay, something may have gone down which affected your sense of confidence, your sense of belief in yourself, knowing that you can make it, so to speak, in life, and you can be confident, and you can be independent, and you can do it by yourself without needing to be codependent or anything like that. Okay, I feel like someone may have said something to you or done something which really brought your confidence down. It impacted you in a way that you kind of lost your ability to see all your gifts and talents for what they are, and have value them. And now I feel like that is shifting, that is changing. You're going to reach a point where you're like, this is it, this is done. I am not going to allow this past experience or this past event or whatever XYZ told me affect me and my ability to create in my life what I want to create. And I'm putting an end to this. I will put my foot down, and that's it. And it has a huge impact on your sense of self, your self-image, your self-concept. Okay, that's the level of self-mastery that you're reaching with the Magician and the Emperor. And Aries is the first house. It has everything to do with your self-image, with your personal goals, ambitions in life, and it can be a very I, me, myself kind of energy, but I feel like that is what's required here. Okay, let's pull out some cards in terms of your relationships and see what we have for you. Group number 3. Back to what you love, re-evaluate your desires. For some of you, I feel like this may have been something that you put on the side, on the back burner, either because you didn't have the confidence to do it, or you didn't have the time. Maybe, time is also a resource, and now it is coming back to life. You're bringing it back to life. Okay, there's a rebirth happening in that sense. And it's definitely something creative is what I'm feeling. Like this. Look to your inner strength. You are stronger than you realize. And actions speak loudly. Express your love through actions. Bottom of the deck, demonstrate love. If you've also felt underconfident in the relationship sphere, not being able to stand up for yourself, or not being able to again put yourself out there, if you're looking for a relationship, if you're looking for a partnership, these eclipses are going to allow you to, or help you to feel more confident in doing so. Okay, in what you have to offer, ultimately what you bring to the table. So there's a huge boost in your confidence level, definitely. And you're going through this massive rebirth in perhaps your first house, okay, or your 10th house, but mostly your first house is what I'm seeing. So all the best to you. That is what I have for you, group 3. Do take care of yourself, and let me know how this resonates, and I'll see you again later. God bless. Bye bye.